Hello all, it's your boy Wowmuch Justin, and today I'm going to talk about how microtransactions might just be destroying the gaming industry for the consumers. I know this is a topic that is heavily controversial and has been covered by countless YouTubers, but I decided that I would put my 2 cents into the pot. I also thought it'd be a good addition to my controversy slash game theory slash explanation video playlist. Anyways, without further ado, here we go.
Mario!
Alrighty, where to start? Let's start with microtransactions like supply drops in Advanced Warfare in Black Ops 3 and rec packs in Halo 5. We'll call these sort of microtransactions RNG drops, which will be our first topic of discussion. These sort of microtransactions can be a cool and interesting game mechanic if they're added and function a certain way. How they work in the aforementioned and any other game they would be added into is you can either use in-game points of some sort like crypto keys or rec points, or you can randomly unlock them through time played such as in Advanced Warfare, and lastly you can spend real money to unlock the packs early or buy a bundle of the packs. The first two methods of unlocking these packs aren't necessarily the issue, bar in-game time played, which we will discuss later on. It's the spending of real money to unlock these packs that causes all the controversy. When you bring real money into the mix, it creates a pay-to-win environment, because you can shell out a bunch of money and eventually get the most overpowered, supply drop exclusive weapon and dominate those who don't have the money to spend. Along with pay-to-win, a gambling environment has also been instituted with the whole RNG aspect of the drops. And mind you, this is marketed to those who aren't even of legal age to be gambling in the United States. However, the developers have found a way to bypass the label gambling by rewarding you with something for your money spent, even if it's practically useless, such as a Mongoose rec card or a reticle for a red dot sight. The whole reason I consider this a gambling environment is because you can't buy what you want outright like you could in older FPS games with the early stage microtransactions. You have to gamble for them through supply drops or rec packs. And honestly, the reason the system is so popular and productive, despite the fact that it's a blatant cash grab, and anyone with a shred of common sense can notice it in a heartbeat, is because it relies on the theory of ego depletion. For those of you wondering what ego depletion is, it's the idea that self-control or willpower is drawn upon a limited pool of mental resources that can be used up. When the resources are used up, mental activity is low and self-control is typically impaired, which leads the player to spend money to get what they've been working towards for such a long time. Essentially, this means that the player gets beaten down for working so hard to achieve something they want and getting nothing but crap in return through the RNG system, that the alternative to buy a pack and get it instantly coaxes the player into spending money to buy these supply drops rather than taking the time to earn them the conventional way through playing the game and earning the drops or points without spending a dime, because it takes less effort. Our society wants everything handed to them on a silver platter, and will blow their money if that's what it takes to get this treatment. Not to mention our I need it now mentality that paired with the laziness has allowed this cheap system of ripping the fan base and loyal customers of these developers off to flourish. Now, I did mention that I think the system of supply drops and recs would be an awesome game mechanic if it was instituted properly, and now I'm going to explain what my version of properly instituted means. I believe that these supply drops should only be able to be purchased with in-game credits such as crypto keys or rec points, and that you should not be allowed to exchange real money for these points. They should be unlocked solely through gameplay. This eliminates the pay-to-win aspect that these RNG drops have created by not allowing someone with a fuck ton of money to blow on packs to be allowed to acquire these items on the sole fact that they have a lot of money while the conventional player doesn't. This also removes the notion that something of high value game-wise has no real value to players. Back in Halo 3, for example, you had to unlock your armor permutation through achievements and feats within the game. This gave these armor pieces value to players, and when you saw someone with recon, you knew they did something to impress Bungie, or that they themselves were Bungie employees. Or in a more recent example, when you saw War Master armor in Halo 4, you knew that the player wielding it was a true hardcore Halo player, or at least had some skill. Now when you see War Master in Halo 5, you think, oh whoa, that dude got a good rec drop, good for him, ho ho ho. and it shows that there is no true value in items unlocked through the RNG drop system. I also believe that if you're going to make them unlock through gameplay without a point system, that it shouldn't be based on time played. This is just a cheap way to make your game seem like it has good replay value and falsifies the lifespan of the game. It also makes these items worthless to players because the more you have simply means the longer you play. No skill involved. Instead, you should be given RNG drops based on challenge completion or ranking up, much like battle packs in Battlefield. This makes these items worth more because you know someone had to complete a challenge to even be able to gamble on the items they received. And you may be wondering, how does ranking up differ from playtime? Well, it's because it requires you to earn XP. And earning XP is done in a quicker way through being good at the game. You could eat shit for 45 minutes and get a supply drop in Advanced Warfare. But if it was a rank or challenge based, you could rank up and complete challenges for more chances to earn things through the RNG drop system. This motivates players to become better at the game and stop being noobs. The last topic of discussion is how DLC is improperly being instituted in the games. DLC should be an addition to a game, extra content so to speak. However, now developers use DLC as incentives to get more money out of people in order to experience the full game. DLC nowadays is essential for the well-rounded experience a game should offer vanilla. DLC is no longer an addition or extra content. It's core aspects of the game that you must pay extra to receive. Look at COD Advanced Warfare. Zombies mode is only available to people who buy the DLC, which is bullcrap. In all previous renditions of Call of Duty, Zombies has been given to the players in the vanilla copy of the game, and if you wanted to, you could buy a DLC pack and receive extra maps. But the DLC wasn't necessary to experience the full game. There's not really much to say besides the fact that DLC shouldn't be an excuse to release half a game at $60 and make us pay an extra $60 for the other half of the game labeled DLC. The game should come complete vanilla, and DLC should truly be extra content, an addition to the game, not the other half. That pretty much sums up my little microtransaction explanation / rant video. And I do strongly encourage all true gamers who want to make the industry better again, like it used to be, to openly voice your opinions to the developers. There are tons of ways to get your message across to the developers with the great internet. PR, or public relations, is the strongest tool and the most influential thing we have to make the developers see our demands. So if you think that the microtransaction system or anything that the developers are doing is unfair, flawed, or being abused, make your voice be heard. I'm making this video to inform you and to bring awareness as well as to make my voice be heard. And it's up to all of us to voice our opinions or else we will continue to be taken advantage of. It's that simple. Well, my name is WowMuchJustin and I will catch all of you in the next video. Auf Wiedersehen.